then they start picking on the people around them, and it just turns into like a huge ordeal, and it's like a bunch of people ganging up on one person all because of someone else's actions. And so it's like a chain reaction. You have to be careful. And I'm not saying go out and give everyone around you millions of compliments or be their best friend, but instead of saying something bad, find something good to say. Like, oh, she looks good, she looks nice today, or she's a really sweet person, or he's really good at his music, or something like that, you know? Like, find little things to say instead of the rude things that you say. And it's honestly easier to say mean things than it is nice things, because that's how we work. But once you start making that step to do a nicer deed, it makes everyone's attitude around you positive, and it makes yours positive, and then things are easier because there's a peace. Even if you're not friends with that person, it just kind of helps them out, and it helps you out too. And I don't know, it stops a lot. But yeah. Can't really think of anything else to say. That's about it. But yeah.
I'm sure I have something, but probably won't come to me for a while. Till after I stop the video, and then it'll suddenly hit me.
Yeah, same here.
No, it's just something to consider. For
Gets
all of
your
us.
mind running.
For everybody. Because I know I've said stuff before, and then I'm like, gosh, I should not have said that.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of moments.
You honestly, you can't take it back.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try or how much you want to. And even if you're mad at someone, even if somebody's done something to you, because I know that, like, being hurt by somebody really can send the temper flying. Like, that I have a pretty bad temper for a girl, to be honest.
Me too.
And I have done some things and said some things to people that, even though they did things to me, I would never, like, I regret so bad saying those things, because you can't ever take it back. And, you know, they may forgive you, but like I said earlier, they still won't forget it. Because I know I won't forget any of the things that have ever been said to me. I've been called all kinds of things. Things that weren't even true. Things that I guess could be true if they're an opinion. Like ugly. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that are used as cut downs. And I don't know. I don't want to be remembered as the person that caused somebody else that kind of hurt. And something that they won't forget. Even if they did something to you first. That's one of the main things I think that people need to get, is like, well, I can be like this to them because they did something to me. And that's not true. Two wrongs don't make a right. Like, being rude to someone because they're rude to you, honestly, is the hardest thing in the world to not do. Like, it is so hard. But you just kind of have to learn how to deal with it and try really hard to just be the bigger person and wait it out, or just let them deal with it. Let it be their problem instead of adding to the problem, you know? And it's hard to do, but you'll feel better about it in the end if you realize that you're clean on your side. You know, like, if you don't agitate the situation and make it worse and hurt them. Because if you do, it's just a constant back and forth cycle of hurt. They hurt you, you hurt them. You cause each other problems, call each other names. You can't continue to do stuff like that. It's better to just let it die, I guess.
And when things like this are happening, don't hold it in. Don't hide it. Go to somebody. And I know it's hard, like, once you're in that situation, like, it's hard to trust people around you, but just find someone who's older, who's been through certain things like that, who you know would be there to help you, and just let it out. Talk about it, because the more you hold it in, the more things build up and the more resentment you have towards people and the more hurt you have in your life, and that just brings you down even more. And it's like once you get to a certain point, you break and you don't know what to do with it. And it's like that's what you have to watch out for, because that can cause the most damage for yourself. I don't know.
Yep. And if anybody that watches this needs any help like that, just FYI, we'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
And try to help you as best we can. Not saying we necessarily could, but we could try.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll just be here to listen. It'll be
even if you just want to like vent to somebody, not gossip, but vent and
about something,
get your problem solved.
Yeah, like if you're having trouble with something and you don't know how to explain it, or you don't know who to tell because you're scared, then
we'll listen.
Like, yeah, we'll be open to it, you know? I mean, we probably can't necessarily help you
solve all your
problems. We can't do that, but at least it's someone to have there for you and you know it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's that one person that changes a lot.
No matter who you are either, we won't turn you away.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. But anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about it. It's just sort of something that was on our minds. We had anti-bully week at school last week and everything. And
which, by the way, was super cheesy.
Yeah, well, it always is.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
But I think that's one of the reasons people don't really listen a lot of the times when they do stuff like that, is because it doesn't really hit home with them, because they do these cheesy announcements and these cheesy cliche things and videos. And the videos, I mean, it's not that they're bad videos. They're good and they're true, but they're not as relevant to teenage life as they would like you to believe they are. Because things are not usually that cut and dry. Honestly, things are a lot more behind the back than just like your typical schoolyard, give me your lunch money bully. Mm-hmm. That's really not how bullying works these days, especially with the internet.
Oh, yeah. And, like, I think that's another thing is, like, adults and older people don't understand, because the type of bullying they went through when they were younger were getting pushed into lockers or something happening at school. But nowadays it's just, like,
which is just as much bullying as it is nowadays, but they don't really necessarily understand the extent of like the way things can be taken over the internet and how bad things can get over the internet and because of the internet. And just things can be so backbiting and underhanded, and that's just not what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to open up that can of worms.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before, and I think probably everyone has had at least a little dose of that drama. And it's not the funnest thing in the world, so try to steer clear of that.
Yeah. But yeah, this was just to help your mind figure things out. So if you have any questions or anything, just feel free to talk to us.
That was our little rant, so if you'd like to rant back.
Yeah.
What do they
Feel
say?
free.
What do they say on Facebook? HMU.
Yeah, HMU. We'll be open and available. Later.